Director General of Military Operations of Pakistan called the Director General of Military Operations of India at 15:35 hours earlier this afternoon. It was agreed between them that both sides would stop all firing and military action on land and in the air and sea with effect from 1700 hours Indian Standard Time today. Instructions have been given on both sides to give effect to this understanding. The Directors General of Military Operations will talk again on the 12th of May at 1200 hours.
US President Donald Trump announced on Saturday that India and Pakistan have agreed to a full and immediate ceasefire following intense US-mediated talks. In a post on his social media platform, Trump congratulated both nations for their common sense and great intelligence in reaching the agreement. Though he provided no further details on the terms or duration of the ceasefire, the announcement comes amid heightened tensions between the nuclear-armed neighbors, with the US playing a key role in brokering dialogue. Representatives from India and Pakistan have yet to comment officially on the development. Before this, the White House and State Department emphasized the need for both nuclear-armed nations to restore communication and avoid further conflict, with US officials actively engaging leaders from both sides. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt addressed the US efforts to mediate the situation during a briefing on May 10, 2025, stating,
Sure, I absolutely can. This is something that the Secretary of State and, of course, now our National Security Advisor as well, Marco Rubio, has been very much involved in. The President has expressed he wants to see this de-escalate as quickly as possible. He understands these are two countries that have been at odds with one another for decades, long before President Trump was here in the Oval Office. However, he has good relationships with the leaders of both countries, and the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, I spoke to him just yesterday. He has been in constant communication with the leaders of both countries trying to bring this conflict to an end.
The tensions stem from a terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, which claimed 26 civilian lives.
Pakistan military continued with its provocations, carrying out aggressive actions employing multiple threat vectors all along the western border. Pakistan employed UCAV, drones, long-range weapons, loitering munitions, and fighter aircraft to target civilian areas and military infrastructure. Pakistan military also resorted to air intrusions using drones and firing of heavy caliber weapons along the line of control.
The situation escalated further with India's retaliatory strikes on alleged terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir under Operation Sindoor on May 7th, 2025, followed by reported Pakistani drone and missile attacks on Indian territory.
Pakistani claims about activities that they have undertaken continue to be heavy on lies, misinformation, and propaganda. And on top of that, this is peddled by Pakistani state agencies. The claims that they have made about attacking and destroying various places, various military installations and facilities, as has been pointed out by my colleagues here this morning, are completely false.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio has been at the forefront of US diplomatic efforts. In a recent conversation with Indian External Affairs Minister Subramanyam Jaishankar, Rubio stressed the importance of both nations identifying methods to de-escalate and re-establish direct communication to prevent miscalculations. He also proposed US support in facilitating productive discussions to avert future disputes, signaling Washington's willingness to play a constructive role without formally mediating. Rubio has also engaged with Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, urging Pakistan to cooperate in investigating the Pahalgam attack and to take concrete steps to end any support for terrorist groups. While expressing condolences for reported civilian losses in the ongoing conflict, Rubio reiterated the US commitment to working with India in the fight against terrorism. President Donald Trump has publicly expressed concern over the escalating situation. As the situation remains volatile, the US continues to monitor developments closely, with Rubio and other officials maintaining open lines of communication with New Delhi and Islamabad to prevent further escalation and promote stability in South Asia.